I think if you're a young person looking to come into international agricultural research, the best thing you can do is network, meet people working in this space, talk to your supervisors at university and talk to people in the faculties that if they're not even teaching you, go and find these people who's working in the international space.
A really good foundation in science training is obviously critically important, and not just any science but some of those really foundational sciences that are highly applied though as well, so things like agronomy, crop physiology, soil chemistry, any of those sciences that actually do directly relate to agricultural production are really very important for people to have an understanding of. And then as you progress through that science training, really paying attention to how and where science can be used to solve real world problems rather than sort of more curiosity focused research in its own right.
Read as widely as you can about the broader area that you'd like to work in, and maybe you finish up adjusting your sights a bit. But try and get some practical experience. Travel is a wonderful way if you want to do international agricultural research. Get out there into those countries and spend some time in those countries. Learn a language, invest in understanding cultural differences and opportunities. Don't just think about government or science institutions, think about NGOs or industry.
But really from a career perspective, how do you get there? There's not one single way, and not everyone has to be a PhD. We need advocates, we need people who are willing to work with NGOs, we need everyone who is willing to be involved, to find ways to be involved. For me, it was really about my education. I wanted to be as far down that leadership role. I wanted to participate in the leadership of agricultural research. I wanted to help guide it. I wanted to get as good an understanding of the environments in which we work and the challenges that farmers face in developing nations as I could. And I'm continuing. That education will never end.
Nothing can substitute for experience on the ground. You need to live, eat, work, breathe with people in different cultures and different countries to really understand some of the challenges that people are facing, similar to some of the challenges that Australian farmers are facing. And if we're not absorbed in that sort of environment, it's very difficult as an outsider to sort of come in and understand really the context of where you're actually working. I'm a vet originally. I did a couple of years in practice and then moved to Morocco and lived in a donkey stable for a year, working for a British non-government organisation. So very much a long-term volunteer space that eventually you get this confidence, you get the skills that leads you to paid work in this area.
I think really it's just taking whatever low-hanging fruit or opportunity that comes your way. It's what I did about 2.5 years ago with a Crawford Fund Student Award, and luckily enough it got me to ACIAR, and I think it's just really taking a grasp of any opportunity that comes your way. I recommend checking out the RAID network. It's a program of the Crawford Fund. It's a group of early to mid-career researchers that are all interested in agricultural research for development. And throughout the network, you've got people at various levels in their careers, all from a range of disciplines that can be sounding boards for advice.
And we're a very inclusive community of people that really want to support each other in supporting agriculture research for international development. So on the Facebook group, there's always different opportunities posted. So that's one way to get involved.